Welcome everyone, my name is Nelo. Today I'll be showing you how to sew the corset we cut the other day. And I'm so sorry not to upload on Thursday as I promised. It's because there is not enough two. If you can see, this side is fuller than this other side. So I was trying to see if I can get another two to complete it. But the ones I see either is lighter or not as thick as this one because this particular one is strong, so they will be sewing it. So I had to manage the little I have. I made use of 2 yards of two for this. Okay, so you'll be seeing the fitting of this corset because it's not the same size with the mannequin. The owner is bigger than the mannequin and it's not mine either, so I would avoid to show you the beauty, but it's actually beautiful. So if you're new to this channel, you're welcome. Please click on that red button below and subscribe, and click on the bell behind it so as to be notified each time I upload new video. Like and share my video, tell a friend, subscribe. Okay, I'm trying to show you the back. As you can see, it's big, so I use peg to hold it. Okay, so it's bigger than the mannequin. So here I'm going to still attach the button and a buttonhole for that part. Okay, all right, so let's start sewing. So guys, the first thing I'm going to do right now is to cut the lining of this and sew my dart. Okay, I'll cut the lining. Is going to be 2 inches shorter than the skirt. Okay, this is the down part, and then I'm going to turn it. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to do is to join the front part of the corset. Okay, so this is the center front. I'm going to get one of the side. Okay, I'll place it like so, and then I'll sew with the 1/2 inch sewing allowance I added. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same on this other side. I'll keep it right side facing each other, and then I'll stitch like this. Okay, and then for the cup, I'm going to get the 2 cups. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to get the number 2 and number 3. Remember the center, this is the number 2. Okay, so remember the center front is the number 1 according to how we label. So this is number 2 and this is number 3. So make sure you notch your bust point, okay, so as it to correspond. So I'm going to place like this, right sides facing each other, and then I'll stitch down with the 1/2 inch sewing allowance I added. Okay, but before I stitch, I'm going to iron interfacing on it, which is wadding also, or hair stay, gum stay, no, wadding. Okay, and after that, this is how it's going to look like after sewing. Okay, all right, so this is one of the cup after sewing. And then what I'm going to do now, please remember to notch the inside of the cup. Okay, notch the inside after sewing, so that the curve will come out well. Okay, so this line, make sure to align it with this line here like this. Okay, and then you sew. Make sure that this part that I'm turning now is the number 2. Okay, make sure to check very well to be sure that this part is going to be on the center front and this other one on the side. Okay, and then you remember to check that this side is the side part and this side is the number 2. Okay, get your pattern paper and cross check again in case if you've forgotten. As you can see, I ironed them wadding inside. Okay, and this other one I ironed the hairstay. So make sure that the line align with each other, and then you sew the way I'm showing you. Okay, so I'm going to go do that, and this is the back part. I've sewn my darts. Okay, so what I'm going to do for this back now is I'm going to place the tool on it, the yoke. I'm going to place the yoke like this, leaving like 2 inches this side. The zipper part, I'm going to leave a space of 2 inches. Okay, from the zipper line here, I'm going to leave 2 inches that side, and then I'll sew. So you first of all place your wadding, your tool before your lining like this. Okay, make sure the lining is the right side facing down, and the wrong side up like you're seeing now. Then you stitch like so, and then you stitch down, and also the other side. Okay, I stitch both the two sides. You sew with 1/2 inch. Place your tool first before your lining, and make sure the lining is the right part. You place it like so, and then you sew, so that when you flip it, the right side is going to be the one you can see outside. Sew like this, and then you sew down, and also the other side too with 1/2 inch. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing on the front, on the other part of the panel, the other panel of the back. Okay, so this is the skirt. I have sewn it. I've torn it with lining. Okay, remember I said that the lining is going to be 2 inches shorter, so in order to get this look. Okay, so I placed the lining, I sew the dart of the lining and also the dart of the skirt, and then I torn the skirt. I don't know if you understand. Please, I lost the clip and I don't know what to do about that. Okay, so this is the front lining. As you can see, it's exactly the same thing with the Ankara or the material. Okay, all right, so this is it. As you can see, it's aligned with each other. Okay, make sure that the dart line and the cup line align, and you notch round. Okay, as you can see, I notched everywhere. You notch round. Okay, so it will enable you to turn. All right, you know this is curve, so it can be free. So first of all, you place your tool, okay, right sides facing each other, and then you place the lining on top, just like I showed you for the back part. That is the same thing you're going to do to the front. That is how you're going to turn the front, or how you are going to attach the yoke for the front. Okay, so I'm going to sew like this. I sewed already, so I lost the clips, that's why I'm repeating it. I sewed like so down, and I'm going to sew the both side. Okay, after sewing, you notch and top stitch on the lining. Okay, then you top stitch on the lining. Okay, just the lining, don't add the tool. Make sure that the tool is out of the way, and then you top stitch on the lining like this. Okay, so that is what you're going to do first. You top stitch on the lining like so, and after that, make sure the tool is out of the way, and after you top stitch on the lining, you're going to place it like this again, and then sew the side down, sew the side here, and then this other side too, so as to get a neat finishing inside. So after turning them, this is what we have. This is how it's going to look like. As you can see, the inside is neat. Okay, so, and look at the back too. I have also turned the back with lining, just the way I showed you earlier. Okay, so please, if you don't understand anything, please kindly ask me on the comment below, and then I'll explain to you. So this is the zip allowance, and this is how it's going to look like after you join your zip, after you attach your zip. Okay, it's going to look like so. All right, it's going to look like so after you attach your zip. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to turn the neck with a bias or a pieces of the tool. Okay, I'm going to go turn the neck with bias. Okay, I'm trying to show you that I turned the both side. All right, remember to place this first before the lining. I'm still explaining again before you sew. Okay, and then you turn and you'll have this. All right, so this is the skirt. Like I said earlier, I lost a clip where I showed how to sew it. I sewed the dart and also the Ankara dart and also the lining dart, and then I placed the lining on the front like this. I'm trying to use these pieces to explain, so but it's not working. So I place the lining on the skirt or on the Ankara, right side facing each other. So I'm trying to turn it. Let me show you how I did it for beginners among us that don't know how to turn skirts or gown or so. So this is the wrong side. I placed the lining right side facing the right side of the Ankara, okay? Just like this. I place it right side facing the right side of the Ankara. And then I sew with 1/2 inch. I pull it up like so to have this, okay? Because I left 2 inches, okay? You pull it up like this, okay? And then you're going to sew the side. You sew here down and you sew here down, and then you turn it inside out, okay? You turn it inside out and you're going to have this look after that. I don't know if I am making sense, okay? Please, that is how I did it. Sorry, the camera was not stopped that period and I don't know. So this is the front panel. I'm going to join the top part and the skirt like this, okay? And then I'll sew with 1/2 inch. So let me show you something some tailors or designers don't know. Make sure when you're placing this that the 2 dots align with each other. So it's either the 2 align with each other or the 2 top dots should be in the middle of the skirt dot or behind the skirt dot, not one inside and the other one outside. I don't know if you understand. Make sure it's aligned like this, or the 2 center dots should be in the middle or at the side, okay? So this is the sleeve. This is just the basic the cap sleeve I taught you before, okay? This is the cap sleeve, the long one, the one that gets to the armhole, okay? So, and this is my tool that I'm going to use for the sleeve. So this tool, how I make it was I cut 2 inches wide, and then the length is just so long. I don't know if it's but what I bought 2 yards I bought 2 yards of 2 for the dress. So whatever that is left, that is what I used to create this. So you're gonna sew the inside. You stitch on the middle. The width is 2 inches and the length is long. You just sew the middle of the 2, and this is what you're going to have. After you sew, you pull it to gather it like this. You pull one of the you pull one of the threads to make a gather, or if you have a gather stitch machine, it's perfect, okay? So now I'm going to fold the sleeve first of all, and after folding the sleeve, you're going to mark 1/2 inch upward like this, okay? 1/2 inch upward, okay? And then you place your 2 here. You mark 1 inch allowance and 1 inch here too, and then on the top here you're going to leave 1/2 inch all around like so, okay, for joining of the sleeve to the top. And then for this, you're going to open the middle of this tool like this, okay? So you're going to place the tool on the 1/2 inch you marked upward like this, okay? You open the middle of the tool because you are going to be sewing on the center, okay? You open it like this, then you sew the middle. Make sure you're opening it when sewing. Then you sew the middle, okay? Sew the middle like so. After sewing this first step, you also mark 1/2 inch also upward. You'll be giving 1/2 inch gap, okay? So this is the dress. I have attached the zip, okay? And I've also joined the shoulder together, all right? So here I'm going to put a button on one part, this other part here, and then I'm going to put a buttonhole for this other one. I'm going to use a pieces like so, like 1 yard of pieces, 1 yard width, and then the length is going to be like 3 inches length or so. You're going to fold it like this, and then you create the hole for you attach it to the dress from the inside, okay? So this is too wide. You just fold it very well and sew. You sew it very well like this, and then you fold like so. After sewing, you fold like so. You attach from the inside like this, so you can use it to hold your button. Okay. All right, so as you can see, I've joined my shoulders together, so I'm going to open it up. This is the front part. Okay, as you can see. All right, so I'm going to show you how to attach the sleeve, and this is the sleeve. I've done that. Sorry. So remember I said you're going to be giving 2 inches gap to sew your tulle or your net. Okay, 2 inches gap. When you sorry, ½ inch gap. Okay, sorry, not 2 inches, ½ inch. You'll be marking ½ inch. Okay, and then you'll be attaching your tulle like the way I showed you earlier. Okay, you'll be marking ½ inch to attach your tulle. Half inch gap is what I use for this tulle. You can use 1 inch, but ½ inch will make it look more full. Okay, so as you can see, it's looking full, and then as you can see, I left sewing allowance like I told you earlier on the sleeve part. So I'm going to show you how to attach the sleeve. So if you can see on the screen right now, the dress I am making, the sleeve, the tulle gets to the neck area. Okay, this particular one I'm making, the tulle, the net or frills get to the neck part. So you're going to attach your sleeve like this. Make sure you attach you notch the midpoint of the sleeve and the midpoint of your dress before you attach your sleeve. And then after you attach your sleeve, you're going to be attaching this tulle again like this. Okay, make sure you're sewing on the middle. Open the middle and sew on it like this. You sew the other one till it gets to the neckline. That is how the one on the screen was made. Okay, but I don't think I'm going to make that because I don't have enough tulle. So, but if I'm able to get enough, I am going to make it. But if my tulle is not going to be enough, I won't be making that style. I'll just attach the sleeve and leave the other part like that. So, but this is how the one on the screen was made. Okay, and then after you attach this, what you do next is to just shape your dress. Okay, so let me show you how to shape your dress in case you're a beginner and you don't know how to shape. Okay, so you're going to align this line together. Okay, I'm going to use my waist to show you the example on how to take your measurement. So let's say that my waist is 38. 38 divided by 2 is 19. Okay, so here I'm going to mark the 19. You measure from the tip. So after you mark your 19, you take the measurement, the remaining part, which is 5 inches. Okay, you divide the 5 inches into 2, mark 2.5 here and 2.5 here. That is how you're going to take both your underbust, your hip, everything, and then you shape your dress. Okay, the bust is 40. 40 divided by 2 is 20. So I'm going to mark 20 here like this. And then I'll check the remaining measurement, which is 4.5. So I'm going to mark 2.25 and 2.25 on this other side. And then I'll connect. Okay. Okay, so that is how you're going to take your measurements. Take your under bust, your waist, and your hip, and then you sew, you connect, and then you sew down. All right. So this is the final look after sewing. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and share my video. Please share and give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you've not done so. Please subscribe. Click on the subscribe button and subscribe. It's free. Tell a friend to subscribe. Okay. Thank you all for watching. See you in my next tutorial. Bye.